49ers owner Jed York arrested for soliciting the love of a beautiful woman in East Palestine, Ohio recently. 49ers owner Jed York persecuted for merely soliciting the touch of a beautiful woman. And I will tell you my own experience on the streets, but as far as Jed York, let me say this. This story is why whataboutism exists. This is literally what whataboutism is for. What about Bob Kraft? What about Bob Kraft? What about Bob Kraft Asian Salon? What about New York Giants owner Epstein Island? What about Jerry Seinfeld, teenager? What about Paul Walker, teenager? What about Led Zeppelin, teenagers, plural? What about Trump, teenagers, plural, island, etc.? You got nothing to say. What about all this other crap you don't give a damn about? And now you want to complain about Jed York, fat, old Jed York, trying to get some. Desperately. You don't think if he could have got some the old-fashioned way, he wouldn't have done so? You don't think he tried that first? I don't know. Without his wife throwing a vase at him, you don't think he would have? Come on. But you want all these scumbag 49ers YouTubes, Jason McIntyre. I can't believe this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. Come on, bro. You guys got nothing to say about the myriad of predators all over the government, but you want to complain about goddamn Jed York? Get in the bin. Get out of here. And people are like, oh, that's whataboutism. That's whataboutism. I know it's whataboutism. That's literally my point, is what about all this other shit that you didn't care about? What about all of these scumbag 49ers YouTubers who had nothing to say about any of this other stuff are now like, what? Let me make a thumbnail with, I literally worship predators, but let me complain about Jed York. Let me complain about Jed York trying to get some in frickin' East Palestine. Honestly, no, I wasn't gonna say it. I had to censor myself there. But I hereby pardon Jed York. Jed York, you are forgiven as the official arbiter of celebrity morality. Some people say you're like the Pope. You're like, I'm like, don't say that. Come on. They're like, no, really, you're like the Pope. You're like the Ayatollah of as the celebratola. Okay, as the celebratola, I hereby forgive Jed York. I hereby grant you absolution, moral absolution. You're free to go, Jed York. You're all right by me. Okay? By the way, remember the 49ers content creator who got frequent guest of Grant Cohn? 49ers content creator, Google that. 49ers content creator, high school teacher or something, student, scandal. I wonder what he's up to these days. Artist booking fees for Woodstock in the summer of 1969. Jimi Hendrix, $18,000. That seems fair. I know Jimi Hendrix. You know Jimi Hendrix? Dun 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 dun. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Never heard of him. $15,000. I think in retrospect that was an overpay. I never heard of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Joan Baez. It kind of rings a bell, but no. $10,000 for Joan Baez. Creedence Clearwater Revival, only $10,000. I know Creedence Clearwater. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? The band, I know the band. Dun 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 dun. Pulled into Nazareth, was a feeling about half past dead. Blah 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 blah. And you put the load right on me. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. Janis Joplin rings a bell, but I've never heard. I don't think I've never knowingly heard a Janis Joplin song. Jefferson Airplane, never knowingly heard a Jefferson Airplane song. Sly and the Family Stone, $7,000. That name sounds made up, dude. Sly and the Family Stone. Canned Heat, $6,500. Probably an overpay in retrospect. The Who, great deal at only $6,250. Won't get fooled again. Rah! Dun dun, right? The Who. Richie Havens rings a bell, but I don't know any Richie Havens songs. Arlo Guthrie, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I know. I'm HIV positive. I have heard a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song, but I just can't. It just does not come to mind. So there's one about like Ohio, right? That was a great song. What? I can't even read this one. Shankar, Rav Shankar. I'm gonna say that's an overpay. Johnny Winter, 10 years after. They're just making these names up now. Country Joe and the Fish. Country Joe and the Fish. $2,500. Grateful Dead. I of course have heard of the Grateful Dead. I've never knowingly heard a Grateful Dead song. The Incredible String Band, another made up name. Mountain. Lazy. They're like, what about Mountain? Yeah, let's go with that. Tim Hardin, Paul Butterfield Blues Band, Burt Summer, Joe Cocker. I know Joe Cocker. He ripped off the Beatles. He took credit for the Beatles song, With a Little Help from My Friends. He took With a Little Help from My Friends and just talk like that. And they're like, oh my God, Joe Cocker. Here's some groupies. Sweetwater, never heard of him. John B. Sebastian, never heard of him. Melania? Melanie. Excuse me. Melanie. Santana, I know Santana from the Matchbox 20 guy. Dun 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 dun. Come on. You know. Matchbox 20, Santana. You know what I'm talking about. Right? Santana? Matchbox 20? He went solo. The guy from Matchbox 20 went solo and did a collaboration with Santana. Chihuahua? What? $700 makes sense. Keith Hurley Band, $500. Quill, $375. Country Joe McDonald, $0, bro. He literally got $0. Whoever Country Joe McDonald performed at Woodstock for $0 and 0 cents. Anyway, Jed York, you're free to go, morally speaking. As the Pope of public figures, as the Celebratola, I hereby grant you absolution. Sleep well, my child.